If I would have known these three big life-changing ideas that I learned from this book by Ryan Serhant called Sell It Like Serhant, there's a chance that today I'd be best friends with Ryan. Well, that's probably not true at all, but I will tell you, a year before this book was published, I was within arm's reach, maybe like 5 to 6 feet from Ryan Serhant at an event, but I didn't know these three things that I'm going to share with you, and so I didn't approach him and have a conversation with him, and I wish I would have, but if I would have known these things, then I totally would have. And the first thing I learned from reading his book, Sell It Like Serhant, is that positivity acts as the oil to get things moving forward. The truth is, positivity is not just a nice to have thing that people who are positive just have it, or some people who are negative, they don't have it. Positivity is a thing we can choose. It's a way that we can embrace an expectation about what's going on in our lives and what we believe can happen for us. Because so many people get sucked into negativity, not because good things can't happen for them, but because they're dwelling on the bad things that have happened or the challenges they're going through today. But if we're more positive, more uplifting, more inspired, then other people will feel that energy, that emotion that comes through us. And what I found over and over and over again in life is that, in very simple terms, people would rather not be around negative people, and they would rather be around positive people. And if this is true, by the way, is it true for you? Are you someone that would love to be around more positive people? Would you love to push away the negative people in your life? Would you love to experience a more exciting, enthusiastic, positive life? Well, you can. And other people want that too. And so if you become the kind of person that, generally speaking, is pretty positive, and you exude positivity and positive energy and enthusiasm, then you're going to be the kind of person that other people want to be around. And by the way, if you are the kind of person that shows up with positivity, with great positive energy, you will become more magnetic. And so I kind of felt this way even in 2017, in August of 2017, when I was at this big event that Ryan Serhant was a speaker at. And we're just, by the way, I'll tell you the quick story and then I'll get into the other 2 points. He had been on stage, but I really didn't know who he was. I had no idea who Ryan Serhant was, but I had posted about going to this event, and one of my buddies was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm a huge Ryan Serhant fan. I love him." At the time, this guy was in real estate, which obviously is what Ryan's in. And he's like, "I'm a huge Ryan Serhant fan. That's amazing." And I'm like, I really have never even heard of this dude, but kind of cool that he's going to be there. I actually went because Tony Robbins and Pitbull were both going to be there presenting and speaking. And so I'm like hanging out while these other speakers are on stage that I don't care to listen to. And I go in this back area at the very back of the whole thing, not like behind the scenes, but like literally the back of the room that was kind of gated off, or they had like curtains up, and there was a water area, and it's like just a place that people that were attendees could go. And I stand there, I'm like, Ryan Serhant's just standing there sipping on this little cup of water. And I'm like, I have no idea who this dude is. And I didn't go up and say hi to him, but he's like right there. And I almost did. I was so close. And I was like, should I go say hi to this guy? Should I introduce myself? Should I talk to him? And as I'm going through all this stuff in my head, in that moment, somebody else walks up to him and shakes his hand and says hello. But literally for at least 5 seconds, maybe 10 to 15 seconds, this Ryan Serhant dude, who I had no idea who he was, but he was a speaker on stage, and now clearly he was known in 2017, just not by me, but now he's become known even more across the country and probably the world by many, many people. And I had a chance to meet him a lot earlier in his career, and I didn't. But I know for certain that if I would have had this positive energy, I would have automatically gone up to him, and he would have felt a certain way. He'd be like, "Wow, let's engage in conversation," because he clearly is writing about the power of positivity in his book, and he would have appreciated that. But I missed the opportunity, for one, because I didn't have this positive state of mind. I didn't have this positive expectation like, hey, Ryan, he wants to meet me. He should meet me. This is going to be a great conversation. I was worried, and I was fearful, and I was concerned about, like, will he talk to me? Will he want to talk to me? Who am I? I don't even know this guy. He doesn't know me. So instead of living in the possibilities and the positive expectations for how it could have gone, I lived in the negativity. And even as a super positive person, I think that's my calling card, as being a very positive, high energy, passionate person. I didn't bring it in that moment. And so this is a muscle we have to strengthen. Even for the most positive people that we know, it's a muscle those people and those of us who are positive have to strengthen intentionally. And so being positive is a huge differentiator for most people, and it will make you a more magnetic individual. The second thing he talks about is confidence. He calls it planet confidence in his book, Sell It Like Serhant. He calls it planet confidence. He's like, if you want to sell more, if you want to be more persuasive, you must be confident. And this doesn't just happen naturally for most people. In fact, as someone that's been a coach for several years now, I realize that even really high-performing people, even really successful people, or people that we view as really successful, they tend to lack tremendous confidence at different times in their journeys. I mean, even think about the highest-performing athletes. I mean, professional athletes, world-class performers, people that have won championships with their teams or in individual sports, they sometimes will fall off the horse because they've lost confidence. And they go and find a peak performance coach like a Tony Robbins to help them get that confidence back, to find their confidence because they lost it. So what that tells me is even the people that have done the biggest, most amazing things in this world and achieved at the highest levels, they can lose confidence. So you think it's possible for people like you and I to lose confidence, to have our confidence shaken? Yes, absolutely. And that's exactly why Ryan Serhant points out in his book that we have got to create this unshakable confidence. It's vitally important. And by the way, the greater your confidence, the more likely you will take action. Like think of it in that moment when I saw Ryan Serhant standing 5-6 feet away from me, having a little sip of water with nobody around him, nobody talking to him in that moment. If I had greater confidence and I was just like, I need to talk to this guy. I can talk to him. I can do it. I can start a conversation with anybody. Like what if I had those beliefs? I would have started a conversation with Ryan Serhant. And by gosh, maybe we would have struck up a friendship. I have no idea. I'm just kind of making this up. This is my mind running in imaginative ways. But my point is, how many opportunities do we lose to meet a new friend or make a great professional connection or meet the person of our dreams or to meet the next business partner or to open up a door to an opportunity because we let lack of confidence get in our way? So what are you doing every single day to boost and strengthen your confidence? It's a vitally important skill to develop. It is a muscle just like anything else. If you're not doing things that demand greater confidence of you, you don't then have a chance to strengthen the confidence. Like, certainly there's research out there that will say people can literally strengthen muscles by imagining their muscles getting stronger. But you know what takes you to another level? Is imagining your muscles getting stronger while you're actually lifting weights. That's a whole different ballgame. Same with confidence. You can think about being confident all day long, but unless you're putting yourself in a position that demands a greater level of confidence from you, that demands that you step into another level of comfort or discomfort, I should say, and demands that you garner a greater level of confidence, you're not going to be in the best position to strengthen that confidence. And so I want to encourage you that you've got to be positive, you've got to boost confidence, and it'll lead to the third thing that Ryan says, which is you need to be meeting new people every single day. Now, clearly, this is obvious for someone that wants to be a great salesperson. Like, if you want to sell more of whatever you sell, meeting more people clearly makes sense. But what I found in my life, whether I've been in a sales position or a coaching role where I am not in need of necessarily doing sales per se, I've realized that all of us are in sales. There's a great Daniel Pink book that I'll review at some point called To Sell is Human. And his point is all of us are in sales in one way, shape, or form in everything that we do. And so my point to you is you need to be meeting new people. I need to be meeting new people every single day, even if it's just one new person. And by the way, if you're not there yet, make it one new person a week. And if it's not in person because all of your work is remote or virtual, fine. Find a way to meet someone new on LinkedIn or social media or follow someone new and reach out and start a conversation. But we've got to be making new friends and connections every single day. At the very least, once a week to start, but eventually getting to one new person per day. Because if I would have had this mindset, if I would have had the mindset of, man, I need to meet someone new every single day, it would have been way easier for me to step up and start a conversation with Ryan Serhant because I would have had this goal of I need to meet new people every day. And maybe, just maybe, Ryan could become a friend or connection or center of influence or maybe someone that I simply, at the very least, had a great conversation with. And he inspired me or I inspired him or we just had a fun and engaging interaction. But I missed that opportunity because I did not have this intention of meeting 1, 2, or 3 new people every single day. So if you want to sell it like Serhant and maybe one day become best friends with Ryan Serhant, actually don't know if that's possible for you or for me or not, but needless to say, you can and will make more and great connections which can advance your career, open up more doors, and help you to thrive in life. if you're willing to figure out ways to be more positive, and not just more positive internally, but expressive of your positivity. Because another great book that I'll review one day is called Big Potential by Sean Acorn. Research done by his wife points out that, let me ask you a question as I point out this information. He poses the question in his book, what's more influential, positivity or negativity? What's your answer? Put it in the comments right now. I'm testing you out. Is positivity or negativity more influential? Research by Sean Acorn's wife says that whichever one is expressed more is more influential. On its own, positivity or negativity is not more influential. It is the one that is expressed more in any given group or environment or conversation. So if you want to be a person that's more influential in a positive way, then you can't just be more positive internally for yourself. You've got to express that positivity. And so you got to be more positive. You got to find ways to boost your confidence. And lastly, but certainly not leastly, can I say it that way? You got to find ways to be meeting more people every single day. And one big thing that I'm working to do now with this channel is to be sharing the insights that I'm learning, as I love to read books that help me to grow personally and professionally. And I want to be able to share these ideas with the world, because I know there's so many people like you that love to feed your mind. You love to learn. You love to grow. But the problem is, just like I have, there is not enough time in a day or a week or a month or a year to read all of the books that I have on my wish list that I really would love to just sit down and voraciously consume all of the books. So my hope is that as I'm reading books, I can share the insights and ideas with you. And so if you love that idea, please do subscribe to this channel. And this video specifically has been insightful in any kind of way, please share it with someone that you care about who could benefit from these ideas too. And friend, whatever you're going after, refuse to settle for anything less than your greatest potential. If you have ideas for books you'd love for me to read and review, so you don't have to read the whole book, but you can get a review in a handful of minutes or 10-15 minutes, drop in the comments books you would love to read, or tell me in the comments books that you've read and you love, and let me know the best, biggest, most impactful takeaway you've had from that book in particular. Or if you've read this book, Sell It Like Serhant, let me know your biggest takeaway, or let me know your biggest takeaway from this video. And if you've got any questions from this, please let me know. I'd love to answer your questions in the comments or in follow-up videos. Friend, you can do amazing things with your life. I hope you know that. Believe it, have confidence in it, persist, and no matter what, just keep going, because great things can and will happen for you if you refuse to quit and you refuse to settle for anything less than your greatest potential. Keep going, friend. You've got this. See you next time.